This is the journey to one Africa.
Hey everybody, this is Mika and welcome back to SNOA. Let's get right into it. Guys, if you're new to this family, subscribe, like, turn on notification button and follow me on social media. But also you can support by using the links in the description. So we have latest on Paul Kagame, and this news came a while ago, but I did not cover it. Today I think it's the right time to do so. President Paul Kagame of Rwanda has implemented a significant crackdown on churches and mosques across the country, closing over 5,600 places of worship. Oh my God, 5,600 places of worship due to non-compliances with safety, health, and regulatory standards. This action is a part of a broader government initiative aimed at regulating religious practices, emphasizing the need for order, safety, and the prevention of exploitation under the guise of religion. What are the reasons for closure? The primary reason include non-compliances with building codes, inadequate soundproofing, lack of proper hygiene, and the absence of formally trained theological leaders. President Kagame has criticized the proliferation of churches, questioning their necessity and accusing some religion leaders of exploiting followers for financial gain under the guise of faith. Government stance. Kagame's government argues that these measures are not intended to infringe upon religious freedom, but aim to regulate the religious sector, ensuring that places of worship meet safety standards and do not operate as a commercial entity at the expenses of the faithful. The government has emphasized the need for theological education for religious leaders, aiming to curb what it sees as the misuse of religious faith. Public and religious leader reaction. These are mixed reaction within Rwanda. While some sees the closures as necessary for maintaining order and safety, others, including religious leader, view these actions as an overreach, potentially stifling religious freedom. Critics argue that the rapid implementation of these rules has left smaller congregations struggling to comply, leading to secret gathering or online services. Broader implication. This move reflects Kagame's broader vision for Rwanda, focusing on economical development and industrialization over what he perceived as unproductive religious favor. Critics, however, including human rights groups, have raised concern over freedom of expression and worship, suggesting that this closure might be part of Kagame's strategy to maintain control over societal and political narratives. Kagame's direct statement. In various forums, including a prayer breakfast, Kagame has defended the closure, highlighting the exploiting by some religious leaders and emphasizing the need for genuine faith practices that contribute positive to society rather than mislead or exploit citizens. The situation in Rwanda underlines a complex interplay between governance, religion, and societal control, showcasing Kagame's authoritarian approach in managing what he views as detrimental to national development and social order. Hi, brother. What's up? Kwa namalizia basi. Umefika?
Maelekezo mengi sana.
Bado hapa nasoma tu, bado sijaanza kudadavu. Start na robo. All right. My brother would. So, all right guys, so I know all of you guys are really aware with what is going on in Rwanda and Paul's Kagame decision. First of all, I want to know, all of you guys, what do you think about the decision of Paul Kagame related to religion, closing down of more than 5,600? Man, I did not know in Rwanda there's many countries. I mean, all over Africa there's a lot of churches as well. But I did not know that, closing 5,600 churches, that is a lot. But what I can say is this, man. I'm looking at this reason. And to be honest, man, Paul Kagame, he has a point. Apart from, I don't know whatever agenda that is behind, I don't know. But what I can say, me as a Christian, me as someone who attend the church, I know sometimes I get really annoyed, especially with the churches that basically you see that this is fake faith. and a lot of people are actually following, and actually it ruined the entire face of Christianity in the country. So even me, myself, as a Christian, I'm very frustrated sometimes when you're listening to some preachers and you know that this guy is not preaching because he believes in God or because of the faith, but he is preaching only simply because of the money, and he is manipulating the people on giving. So even me, myself, I get frustrated a lot of time. And when you see a lot of people, I mean, they have nothing, but they constantly give and give and give, believing that they're giving unto God, but simply because of the manipulation of the preacher. And I think this has been a mega and huge problem in the continent. So closing these, churches, as long as he satisfied himself. And to be honest, man, when you look at this reason, why he's closing, I mean, it should be proper, environment of worshiping. These preachers should be like going under theological, training, so that they may not manipulate the people, but they preach the proper word of God. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure about soundproofing. I'm not sure about that. I think that is a little bit extreme, because when you're talking about soundproofing, that means, whatever that you do inside the building, they should not hear outside of the building. Okay. What will you say about the mosque whereby, every single time there's a prayer and everybody listen, everybody hears? What would you say about that? What would you say about the bars? Bars where people are going to clubbing, night, and all the time there's a lot of music sounding everywhere. There's soundproofing. So if this soundproofing towards the church, it should be also related to all other organizations. If it's the clubs, if it's a bar, if it's whatever, there's also should be soundproofing. But if you say in the church should be soundproofing, I think this is a little bit more extreme. People, they should be free to worship. And I mean, if they're gonna hear some noises outside of the building, that's okay. That's what it means to, to have something like this. Eventually, you might stop even people having crusade outside, which I also think that is a little bit extreme. But for other reason, especially when you talk about, the facilities of the churches, when you talk about the theological background training, when you're talking about not manipulating people, just tricking them to getting more finance, getting more money, rather than really giving the straight word of God, I agree with that. I think it's necessary, and I think it's very important. I think it's about time, because a lot of people have been, kind of like losing their money and everything they get, simply because they believe they're giving unto God. In fact, they're giving to a person. So I think it's a solid move, but I really want to know, everybody, what do you guys think? What is your opinion, about this? And I would love to know that. And I think all these rules and regulations should not just be towards churches, but should be towards all kind of religion, because at the end of the day, that's how it seems like. I mean, preachers, they'll think like you're controlling them. And to be honest, there should be a proper way to deal with these congregations, to deal with these people, because 5,600 churches, that means it's a lot of people, man. It's not 5,600 people. That means it's a lot of hundred and thousand of people. So where are these people gonna go after their churches being closed? Where are these people gonna go? So as much as the government is closing, there should definitely be a proper way on how to manage this situation, the outcome of closing this church. What is it gonna happen? What is it gonna, no, I think that it would be really well. But, apart from everything, I think it's the right move, to be honest. I think it's the right move, to do that. And I hope they will do it in my country as well. I really hope they'll do in my countries as well, closing some, fake churches there that are really, putting the image of Christ, not really well, not representing well the image of Christ. Yeah. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think, and I'll probably come back to, share my analysis more a little bit later. I'm a little bit in a hurry right now, but anyways, God bless, and see you next time.